Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Hoàng, Bách, 12 years old, from class 6CT. For the beginning of my performance, I got a question for you. Miss Minh Anh, do you think you're behaved unequally? I'm sure you're lucky women because from the source I could find 65% of women are behaved unequally. That's also the reason why I stand before you to discuss a topic of utmost question. Are men and women equal? In a world where diversity is celebrated and progress is championed, it's imperative that we address the issue of gender inequality head-on. Gender equality is not just a women issue, it's a human rights issue that affects us all. It's about creating a world where every individual, regardless of gender, have the same opportunities, rights, and respects. First and foremost, let's debunk the myth that gender equality means that women are superior to men or that men are inferior to women. Gender equality simply means that everyone, regardless of their gender, have the equal rights, opportunities, and responsibilities. It's about leveling a playing field and creating a society where gender does not determine anyone's growth or potential. Now, sadly, gender inequality still persists in various forms. So now I'll talk about the ideology of respecting men and despising women. Women are often underrepresented in leadership positions and paid less for the same work as their male counterparts, subjected to discrimination and violence simply because of their gender. Nowadays, Vietnam's gender income gap also tends to be widened. The average monthly salary of men is 7.7 million VND, and the average monthly salary of women is 5.7 million VND. First, the average monthly salary of male workers is about 2 million VND higher than that of female workers. This thing also happened in a vibrant, influential, and developmental country like the USA. The average monthly salary in Q4 of 2023 for men is $63,960, over $10,000 or 16.5% more per year than that of women, which only earn $53,404. These injustices not only harm women, but also hinder the progress and prosperity of society as a whole. Especially in Asian countries, families with both sons and daughters discriminate and treat daughters unequally compared to sons. Boys have more rights and are more protected than their sisters. Cooking and cleaning are mainly taught to girls. It is these appropriate views have intentionally led to an unequal outcome, imposing hard family tasks on women's shoulders. Women are bound within family and completely dependent on men. According to an analysis report based on International Labour Organization Labour and Employment Survey data, women do spend twice as many hours as men doing housework, and even 20% of men do not do housework at all. So the burden of household work and childcare falls on women's shoulders. The situation of trafficking, violence, and abuse still exists, as well as the negative impacts of marriage with foreign elements have not shown any signs of decreasing in recent times. The 2019 National Survey on Violence Against Women in Vietnam report shows that nearly 2 out of 3 women experience one or more verifiable forms of violence, sexual, spiritual, or economic. Additionally, violence against women is often hidden. Approximately 50% of women experience violence have never told anyone. Gender inequality is also clearly shown in the field of education and training. Nowadays, the literacy rate of women have always been 1 to 4% lower than that of men, especially in universities and colleges. Female lecturers have much lower academic titles and degrees than that of male lecturers, and out of 24,000 lecturers teaching at different levels across Vietnam, only 8,000 of them are female. So Even in education and training industry, which is considered the most human parts of all professions, gender equality has not been fully implemented. Next, I want to address a thing that often gets overlooked in discussion about gender equality, men's equality. While much progress has been made in advancing the rights and opportunities, and rightfully so, it's essential to recognize that men too, facing challenges and social expectations that can hinder their well-being and limit their potential. Men are often expected to suppress their emotion, leading to a culture where seeking help mental health issue is stigmatized. This can result in high rates of depression, anxiety, and suicide among men, as they feel pressure to suffer in silence rather than seeking help. Traditional gender roles can limit men's involvement in nurturing roles and caregiving, both within family and in society at large. Nowadays, many people still think that men have to go to work and earn money for their family, and if they see a man doing housework, they say that this women's work, what do you have to do? And this will lead to the break of a family. It's not only undue burden on women, but also deprives men of opportunity to form deep emotional connections with their children and loved ones. So now let's answer the question at the beginning: are men and women equal? Sadly, the answer is no, because as I said before, stereotypes about men and women still exist, and they are deeply ingrained in people's subconscious. So how can we solve it? Mitigating gender inequality requires a multifaceted approach, promoting equitable education and employment opportunities, enforcing and enacting laws against gender discrimination, and fostering inclusive workplace cultures, encouraging men and women to share domestic responsibilities, and raising awareness through media and community programs is also crucial. Achieving gender equality requires the engagement of men and women, boys and girls. It's everyone's responsibilities, and by working together, we can create a more equitable society where everyone has the opportunities to thrive, regardless of gender. That's the end of my speaking classes. Thank you for listening.